In this section, we'll practice working with decimals. So we just need to remember those words that we talked about in Chapter 1, Module 1, for setting things up. So this says subtract negative 33 and 46 hundredths from 54 hundredths. Remember that the from means that that has to be there first. So we're going to write 0.54 or 54 hundredths. We're subtracting, so we'll have minus, and then we have negative 33 and 46 hundredths. You can type this into your calculator just like you see it. Remember that the negative is that button with the parentheses around it. So we'll type that into our calculator. And this ends up being 34. Ruth Ann started the month with a balance of $86.24 in her bank account. During the first week of the month, several transactions occurred. She deposited her $586.83 paycheck. She paid $315 for her rent. She paid $30 towards her electric bill. She paid $100 for her credit card and paid $79.48 for her cell phone. How much money does Ruth Ann have in her account now? Now remember that deposited means that that's added into her account. So let's first of all add that to the previous balance. So we have $673.07. Okay, and when she pays for things, it takes it out of her account. So the rent would be minus $315. The electric bill would be minus $30. The credit card would be minus $100. And the cell phone would be minus $79.48. So we'll take that $673.07 and subtract those. You can do it all at once. And we get $148.59. So this is 84 and 38 hundredths times 10. Now you can type this into your calculator, but what I really want to talk about is when we multiply something that's a power of 10, then it just is moving the decimal place. This 10 has 1 0, so it moves the decimal place one place to the right. So our answer will be 843 and 8/10. If this problem was times 100, because there's 2 zeros, it would move the decimal place 2 places to the right, and we'd end up with 8,438. When we multiply it when there's numbers after the decimal, then it moves it the other direction. There's 3 numbers after the decimal here, so it will move the decimal place 3 places to the right. So we had this number to start with. If you don't see a decimal, it's at the end. So 3 places to the right would be 3 and 153 thousandths. It wants us to convert this to cents. Remember, there's 100 cents in a dollar. So when we ask to change to cents, we're really wanting to multiply by 100. And like I said, if there's 2 zeros here, we're multiplying by 100, it moves it 2 places to the right. So when we change things to cents, it just really gets rid of the decimal point. It moves the decimal point 2 places to the right. So we have 11,559 cents. And here we want to change things back to dollars. So we're multiplying, by 1/100th because there's 100 pennies in a dollar. So this is 2 numbers after the decimal, which means we want to move the decimal point 2 places back. And we end up with $24.47. To write a fraction as a decimal, we divide, reading from the top. Decimals from fractions can be terminating. That means it's a decimal that ends, or it can be repeating, a decimal that doesn't end but has a repeating pattern. We mark the repeating decimals with a bar over the repeating pattern. So it wants us to write this as a decimal. We have 3/5, so we take 3 divided by 5. We read straight down. That fraction bar means division. So if you type in 3 divided by 5, you get 6/10. This decimal ends, it doesn't keep going. This would be called a terminating decimal. We're doing the same thing here. We want to read straight down, so we'll type in 5 divided by 6. And we get, in your calculator, this actually never ends. We put a dot, dot, dot on the end to show that it just keeps going. And then we want to write it to show that it repeats. So the part that repeats is this 3. That's the shortest repeating pattern. So we write the 3, and then we put a bar or a line above the 3, just the 3, to show that that 3 keeps repeating. And that will help you do this section homework.